All right, Lemurs fans. Sorry we're late here. We had some issues with the video feed, but we've got it fixed now, so we're good to go. James Nasser, Warren Shore are here with you for another edition of Lemurs Baseball. Troy Marks on the mound getting the start for the Lemurs. Marks winds, and the first pitch of the ball game to Juan Sanchez is a ball outside, 1-0. Sanchez batting .258. He has 8 homers and 38 runs batted in on the season. 1-0 swung on and popped up foul left side. Lemurs enter the ball game 4 games out of the wild card right now behind the Winnipeg Gold Eyes. They are behind the Wichita Wingnuts by 6.5 games in the division. So they've got their work cut out for them here as the 1-1 pitch is hit into the air into center field. Coming in is Morrison. He makes the catch, and there's one away.
Up next for the AirHogs at left fielder.
Up next will be Leon Bird. Bird playing left field tonight for the AirHogs. They'll be followed by Brian Bistain. Those are your first 3 batters after Juan Sanchez. Defensively for the Lemurs, well, you have Troy Marks on the mound. Behind the plate will be Zane Chavez tonight. Abel Nieves is at third base. At short, Alvaro Rondon at second. J.D. Pulfer. And at first, Jesus Pozo. Marks winds, and the first pitch to Bird is taken for a called strike 0-1. Bird this season batting .310. He has 2 homers and 12 runs batted in. The outfield left to right. In left field is that ball is hit into right field down the line, but it'll be a home run. Wow, that ball got over the ballpark. I lost track of it in the air. I just saw Phipps trotting after it, and that ball landed just over the wall. That might be the 4th home run I've ever seen hit out to right field. Wind, though, blowing from center field tonight, so not as stiffly as it usually blows out. And Leon Bird with a solo home run with 1 out here in the ball game. 1-0 the score. That's the first home run hit out to right field this season, that's for sure, here in this ballpark. And I haven't seen many ever in this ballpark. Brian Bistain to the plate. He's got 8 home runs, 29 runs batted in, and a .301 batting average. First pitch from Marks to Bistain is taken for a called strike. So the score now 1-0. The AirHogs leading the Lemurs here in the first game of a 3-game series. Marks winds, and the 0-1 pitch to Bistain is taken low. They checked his swing. They appealed down to first, and they said didn't go. So the count now 1-1. Marks winds, and the 1-1 delivery taken for a called strike. Count now 1-2. The outfield, you have for the Lemurs, Burt Reynolds in left, Dennis Phipps in right, and in center field it's Ty Morrison today, making his first start in center field this season. 1-2 pitch taken low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, that ball just sneaked on over the gate there down the right field line. I was a little surprised. 2-2 delivery, swing and a foul back to the screen as Bistain stays alive. Lemurs trying to break a 4-game losing streak right now as they got swept by the Kansas City T-Bones in their last series. So looking to shake off that rough series that they had there against Kansas City. There's a swing and a bouncer behind the plate foul, and the count's still 2-2. Definitely a rough one, but that came on the heels of a series sweep of the AirHogs in 3 games there in Grand Prairie. So Lemurs have had a lot of success against the AirHogs this season as Marks winds, and the pitch swung on and lined into left, but it's right at Reynolds. He'll make a underhanded catch there. Thought he might drop it for a second as it looked like it might have caught the heel of his glove. 2 outs in the inning, 1-0 score. Lemurs trailing the AirHogs. Devin Rodriguez to the plate. But when we were last playing these AirHogs, they had Burt Reynolds right after that series. They traded him to the Lemurs for future considerations. Devin Rodriguez to the plate as Marks went and saw the trainer there between pitches. or between batters. Not really sure what that was about. Rodriguez in the cleanup spot. Reynolds had been in the 3 spot for the most part for the AirHogs this season, so they've had to adjust their lineup a little bit. First pitch to Rodriguez. He's going to take just a little bit inside for a ball, 1-0. Rodriguez hitting .296 with 5 homers and 39 runs batted in. 1-0 the count and the pitch from Marks. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. It rained earlier today. Grounds crew had a lot of work to do with the field today, but it looks magnificent here as the hard work has paid off. Field in pretty good shape. 1-1 pitch. Rodriguez pops one up behind home plate. Left side, tracking it's Chavez. He runs out of the room, though, as it gets to the screen and it goes over. Foul ball, the count 1-2. Troy Marks, starting pitcher for the Lemurs tonight, is 5-4 with an ERA of a 4.52 in 20 appearances, 12 starts. And he's made a lot of starts this season against the AirHogs, and he's done pretty well in them. Overall, this will be his 5th start of the season against Texas. As the 1-2 pitch comes in to Rodriguez high, 2-2. His last time out was actually against the AirHogs. He went 6 innings, gave up 1 run on 5 hits, struck out 7, and didn't walk any. Lemurs won 4-1 back on August 10th. And the pitch taken inside. Marks this season against the AirHogs is 3-0 with a 3.57 ERA overall. 3-2 pitch on its way to Rodriguez. He'll swing and hit one on a line over the head of the third baseman, Nieves, who is playing more a shortstop position as they were playing Rodriguez to pull, and that ball goes into left field for a single. Second hit of the inning. The first one was a solo home run by Leon Bird.
Now batting for the AirHogs, the designated hitter, number 17, Nick Akins.
Nick Akins to the plate. Akins, the DH. 5 home runs, 13 runs batted in. He's hitting .233 this season. Runner at first base is Rodriguez. He just singled. Marks from the stretch now delivers first pitch curveball, and it's a called strike, 0-1. Lemurs enter the game with a record of 43-37. The AirHogs 28-52. Both teams on a losing streak right now. 0-1 pitch. Akins takes high, ball 1-1. Lemurs have lost 4 in a row. The AirHogs 3 in a row, but the AirHogs have only won 3 of their last 10 games, whereas the Lemurs are 5-5 in their last 10 ball games. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Akins. And Marks will deliver the pitch. Swung on and fouled back over the screen. The count now 1-2. Hit off the top of the roof there above the suite level and then back against the back of the screen. One ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first. 2 outs. Lemurs down 1-0 early here to the AirHogs after a solo home run by Leon Bird. Second batter of the ball game. Marks from the stretch, 1-2 pitch taken on the outside corner, called strike 3. Akins goes down looking. First strikeout of the game for Marks, and we go to the bottom of the first. Lemurs trailing 1-0 to Texas.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing.
Lemurs to the plate here in the bottom of the first. Laredo trailing Texas by a score of 1-0. As Leon Bird hit a home run in the top of the first, solo shot to put the AirHogs on the board. On the mound for the AirHogs today, it is Griffin Russell, Bel Nieves, Dennis Phipps, Jesus Poso, first three batters of the inning for the Lemurs. Defensively for the AirHogs, you have Michael Miller behind the plate, Corey Morales at third base. At shortstop is Juan Sanchez. At second base, Brian Bistain. At first, Evan Rodriguez. The outfield left to right, Leon Bird. In left, in center, Kenny Peoples-Walls. And in right field, Cody Lenahan. Abel Nieves takes a strike, 0-1. Nieves hitting .278, one homer, 11 runs batted in. After having a month off, he played yesterday. He got a hit in yesterday's ball game. 0-1 pitch. Nieves swings, grounds one right back to the pitcher. The left-hander throws over to first. And Nieves retired by Russell. One away, and that'll bring up Dennis Phipps to the plate.
Stepping in next for the Lemurs, the right fielder, number 55, Dennis Phipps.
When I figured out which Lemur had the same walk-up song as Vladimir Frias of the T-Bones. First pitch taken for a called strike to Dennis Phipps. It was Dennis Phipps. They kept playing that song, and I couldn't remember who it was. Couldn't remember if it was an old Nieves one. No, it's Dennis Phipps' current one. 0-1 pitch taken inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, I kept hearing this song, and it was the same one that I heard in the Lemurs ballpark for Vladimir Frias when we were up in Kansas City. 1-1 pitch. Phipps takes down and away. Phipps batting in the 2 spot tonight. Different position for him than normal. 16 homers, 49 runs batted in, a .274 average. Those 16 homers are good for a third in the league still. There's another strike in the count, 2-2. So Phipps banging the 2 spot, Poso in the 3 spot, and Cabilio mixing up the lineups tonight. Phipps will swing and foul one away right side out of play. Count still 2-2. So with the Lemurs struggling to score runs there in Kansas City, Pete saying, why not mix it up? 2-2 pitch. Phipps fouls him back to the screen. The count stays 2-2. Laredo played 4 games there in Kansas City. They scored a total of 5 runs. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. There's strike 3. Second out of the inning.
Next out for the Lemurs,
Actually, not 5 runs. I can't add. 7 runs. They scored 1 run in 1 game, no runs in 1 game, and 3 runs in 2 of their games. But runs were definitely hard to come by in that series. First pitch to Jesus Poso, called strike. as the Lemurs got swept by the T-Bones. 0-1 the count to Poso, who is hitting .267, 8 homers, 37 runs batted in. Check swing and say he didn't go. Count now 1-1. Vuvuzela man is back today. He was missing one of those games last homestand. 1-1 pitch to Poso. Swing and a high fly ball in the air to left field. Bird is running back. He gets to about the warning track before he squares up and makes the catch. Poso short of a home run there as the wind blowing in from left tonight. So we had some rain that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Russell. We go to the top of the second. Lemurs trailing the AirHogs 1-0.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine.
Leading off for the AirHogs, the right fielder, number 13, Cody Lenahan.
Cody Lenahan leads off the inning for the AirHogs here in the top of the second. It'll be Lenahan, Morales, and Kenny Peoples-Walls. This is the first time we've seen Peoples-Walls play against the AirHogs this season, or against the Lemurs for the AirHogs this season. Maybe he got in one other game. I'll pull it up here. First pitch, bunted foul down the third base line, and count 0-1. Nope, no Peoples-Walls this season, so it's the first time we've seen him. He's been on the roster for most of the year. Inactive list, disabled list, though, at some points. I think they might have released him. They had him earlier in the year. I do remember that. We just never faced him. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Lenahan. It was 9 homers, 41 RBIs, and a .256 average. So the count 0-2. Marks with 1 strikeout today. He had 9 the last time he faced these guys. Stares in, nods. Now he winds with the 0-2. Taken a little bit outside. Sorry, 7 the last time, not 9. He had 9 against St. Paul 3 starts ago on July 23rd. And he went 6 1/3. Marks has been pretty good here lately for the Lemurs. 1-2 pitch. Curveball, and guess it missed outside. I don't know. Looked good again from here. Of course, we're up the third baseline, so tough to really tell sometimes. But Chavez certainly thought it was good. He held on to it for an extra second or so. And the 2-2 delivery. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Count still 2-2. Speaking of vuvuzelas from the last inning, they had a few vuvuzelas in Grand Prairie when we were there. Pretty loud. Sell them in the gift shop, I think. 2-2 the count. And the break-even pitch to Lenahan. Curveball buckles him, and that gets the call, strike 3. 1 out in the inning. And Corey Morales to the
Next for
plate.
the AirHogs, the third baseman, number 14, Cody Morales.
Morales, the former Joplin Blaster, former Fargo Moorhead Red Hawk, current AirHog. We've seen him with all 3 teams. Morales hitting .247 with 2 homers and no RBIs with the AirHogs this season. Pitch taken high. 1-0. He's bounced around the league. Marks with the 1-0 pitch. Morales taking again outside. 2-0. Still some clouds in the air. I don't know what the weather forecast is. The 2-0 pitch swung on, foul back. Warren, you want to look up the weather forecast, see what we got here rest of the night maybe?
I saw the weather on NBC channel when we were coming in, or when I was walking to do the lineups, and it looked like it was going to miss us. Just overcast skies, but tomorrow, 60% chance of rain for tomorrow, so should be good tonight. Maybe a little drizzle, if anything, but we should be good.
2-1 pitch taken for a called strike. The count 2-2.
It poured, though, yesterday, as you might know, from about 3 p.m., 3:30 until this morning at like 9, I think it was still raining.
2-2 pitch taken low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Warren Shore, the resident weatherman here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah. It's nice outside. They're only like 85 degrees. Had to bring out the sweater maybe today.
I don't know about that, but 3-2 pitch swung on, popped up in the air, shallow right field. Phipps walking towards the spot, only having to go a couple steps in and to his left. And there's out number 2.
Burr got the jeans and the hoodie. Don't know. It's been like a 30-degree temperature drop from what it normally is down there.
This is true. It does feel a little cool. I think the high today was only 87, 89, something like that.
If that, yeah, but it's supposed to get back up to the hundreds, I think, by Friday. At first glance, though, on Saturday, it said mid-80s all week, and I thought this is going to be fantastic. But
Kenny Peoples-Walls at the plate. First pitch to Peoples-Walls is taken low. He is batting .292 with 5 runs batted in and no home runs this season for the AirHogs. He's played in 7 games for the AirHogs. Yes, he started the year with the team and then was released after. But we played them that first road trip. 1-0 pitch. Peoples-Walls fouls it away. And then now has rejoined the team here after the trade of Burt Reynolds to the Lemurs. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded on 1 hop through the right side of the infield. The opposite direction of the shift. That's a 2-out single. 3rd hit of the game for the Lemurs. No, for the AirHogs. I'll say T-Bones, then I was going to go Lemurs, and now AirHogs. Michael Miller to the plate, 9th batter of the order, the catcher for the AirHogs. Texas going with their red jerseys with a little bit of black on them, on the sleeves, under the arms, black numbers, black lettering across the chest. It says AirHogs, gray pants, black socks. Lemurs, of course, going with the black jerseys today with white pants. And the first pitch to Miller, taken low, ball 1. Miller hitting .234, 6 homers, 25 runs batted in. AirHogs as a team have 78 home runs this season, but 23 of those were via Burt Reynolds. So just 55 home runs on the roster. There's a swing and a fly ball into shallow right center. Diving is Phipps, and he makes a great catch out there in right center to rob Miller of a base hit, and that'll end the inning as the AirHogs strand a runner at first base. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Lemurs trailing 1-0 to the AirHogs.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
Burt Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds with the Lemurs here is batting .200 with 1 RBI, no home runs. His 1 RBI was a sac fly in that Kansas City series. But with the AirHogs, he had 23 homers, 44 RBIs, and hit .261. He'll swing at the first pitch against his former team and hit one high into the air, down towards the right field line. Tracking it and making the catch out there is Lenahan, and that'll retire Reynolds. So he gets 1 pitch against Griffin Russell, a former teammate of his. He flies out to right field. 1 away, Zane Chavez to the plate. Chavez hitting .265, 5 homers, 31 runs batted in. Lefty versus lefty. Chavez taking his time digging in here. And the pitch from Russell is fired outside for a ball, 1-0. Lemurs offense the month of August, well, it stalled. They hit over 300 as a team in July, but in August hitting in the low 220s right now as a team. It has not been pretty. Although it's been slightly prettier than the AirHogs. There's a swing and a foul ball away. Both teams really struggling at the plate right now this month. Here as the season closes out. We have less than a month left of the season. Count 2-1 to Chavez. And the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air, down the line to left. Towards the corner, running over and running out of room as that ball goes foul and out of play is Bird. Count 2-2 now to Chavez. In the last 10 games, the Lemurs, I said 220s. They were hitting in the 220s a few days ago. I was just hoping they were still hitting in the 220s. I don't think that they are anymore. As the 2-2 pitch taken outside, 3-2. Just missing the zone there. Lemurs hitting .212 right now in the month of August in 11 games. The last 5 of them, though, hitting .194 as a team. Swing ground ball right side towards the hole, and it gets under the glove of Rodriguez. He couldn't get there in time, and Chavez reaches. I don't think Rodriguez ever touched it, but they're going to give him Chavez a hit. Hey, I've seen worse. Warren can't believe the call here. That's a hit, but Warren was not in Grand Prairie where everything was a hit. Leon Bird sat on a couple of grounders that hit his glove and then went off all crazy sorts of ways, and they gave the Lemurs singles on him.
To me, that's just a routine play for any first baseman.
J.D. Pulford to the plate. Takes the first pitch ball, 1-0. Pulford hitting .248 with 7 homers and 49 runs batted in.
It might be a little bit difficult because he goes to the backhand, but I would imagine he would make that play 9 times out of 10.
1-0 pitch. Pulford taking on the outside corner, called strike. Yeah, you would hope, but
if he doesn't, I would say there's a couple problems there.
It was hit towards the hole. It was a backhand play. It's not an easy play for first baseman by any means, but still a play they usually will make, I would think. But oh well. Official score ruled it a hit, so go with it. Pitch taken outside. 2-1 the count to Pulford. I was talking about the AirHogs. Well, the AirHogs over the last 5 games hitting .203, so a little bit better over their last 5, but not a whole lot better over the last, or in this month, as they're hitting .201 as a team. The AirHogs are coming into today through their first 11 games of August. Last pitch is a ball, and count now 3-1 to J.D. Pulford. He'll wipe some sweat off. A little humid out there, but we said it's a lot cooler than it normally is. It's not those triple digits. Temperature. Chavez getting a lead. Lefty Griffin Russell on the hill, staring him down, and the 3-1 pitch. Pulford pops one up on the infield. Right side, foul territory. Rodriguez, the first baseman, tracking it, and he'll camp under it, make the catch, and there's 2 away. Pulford heads to the dugout. And Ty Morrison comes to the plate. Another lefty-lefty matchup with Morrison at the dish. Playing center field tonight, batting .284, 4 homers and 36 runs batted in. So 2 outs, and Chavez at first base, singled to reach. Getting a lead at first. Russell with the pitch. Called a strike at the knees, outside corner, 0-1. Lemurs did sweep the AirHogs, but the bats, it was mainly because of the pitching, not so much the hitting. Pitching has been really good this month. Pitch taken outside, the count 1-1. In fact, even for the AirHogs, pitching has been good, and they are not one of the better pitching teams in the league. In fact, they have the 3rd worst ERA overall in the league at a 5.20, but right now this month, the first 11 games, a 3.53 ERA. Obviously a small sample size, but still not, that's a lot better than what it has been. The pitch swung on, fouled off. Count 1-2 to Morrison. The Lemurs right now a 2.61 ERA through their first month of August. And they only have 1 unearned run allowed this month, so they're really only allowing less than 3 runs a game. Which is their overall ERA this season, 3.81. So the pitching better than it has been all year. 1-2 pitch, Morrison swinging a miss. There's strike 3, but the hitting still hasn't done anything yet. Today we go to the top of the top of the 3rd. Lemurs trailing 1-0 to the AirHogs.
Probably stole a large bun, 2 patties, shredded cheddar cheese,
A creamy sauce.
creamy steak sauce. My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words. The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
All right, we're getting ready here for the top of the third. For the AirHogs, it'll be the top of the order, Sanchez, Bird, and Bistain. That top three has the only run of the game, as it was a Leon Bird solo home run in the first inning. So far, both pitchers doing a good job out there on the mound. Just that one bad pitch from Troy Marks so far today. That ball barely got over the wall into right field. That was a normal day here in Uni-Trade. The ball doesn't get out. First pitch is high and out of the zone. Juan Sanchez at the plate. 0 for 1 today, flew out to center field. And Marks with the 1-0. There's a strike called, 1-1. Lemurs, AirHogs. We still see them another time this season. We'll play them back here at home, second to last series of the year. 1-1 pitch, a 4-gamer. It was a called strike. 1-2 right before we play Wichita for 4 games. So get used to hearing AirHogs and all these players that they have. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Sanchez, and Marks with the pitch. Swinging a little bouncer down the third base line, but foul. As the ball flies across the infield towards the Lemurs dugout from the AirHogs dugout. Count still 1-2 to Sanchez. Marks taking his time, now finally winds on the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Sanchez just actually barely got a piece of it. Fouled it, but it was back into the glove of Chavez. Strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Marks. As he continues to cruise along with strikeouts as he's done his last few starts. As I mentioned 3 starts ago, 9 strikeouts. Last start, he had 7 strikeouts. 7 strikeouts against these AirHogs. And 9 against St. Paul, which is a pretty decent hitting team. Leon Bird to the plate. Hit his 3rd home run of the ball game in the first inning. He takes the first pitch low, ball 1. Count 1-0 here as Marks winds. And the pitch. Bird fouls one back to the screen. Attacking there, the count 1-1. Bird playing left field today. Although the manager, James Frisbee, for the AirHogs should be pretty used to creating lineups without Burt Reynolds in them, because Reynolds missed some time earlier this season with an injury. In fact, we saw them without Reynolds this season. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. When we were in Amarillo, Reynolds didn't play that whole series. And they had to kind of mix and match guys. Bird was one of the guys they put in left field for, I think they played 1 game out there, as they had Austin Gallagher, I think, playing third base. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Marks. He has 4 on the day now. And actually, they've come in now back-to-back pairs. He struck out the last batter of the first and the first batter of the second. He struck out the first 2 batters here in the third. Brian Bistain to the plate. Second time tonight for Bistain, and he's 0 for 1. Fly out to left. So Marks gets the better of Bird there. The Bird hit his home run his first time up. Score still 1-0. No one on, 2 outs. Marks with the pitch to Bistain. He'll swing and hit one high into the air into right field towards the line. Somewhat deep, going back though and making the play is Phipps, easily enough. And that's the third out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Marks. He gets a couple more strikeouts, and we go to the bottom of the third. Lemurs trailing 1-0 to the AirHogs.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the number.
Brennan Metzger to the plate, leading off the inning, the DH for the Lemurs. First pitch taken for a called strike, 0-1. Metzger hitting 125 right now for the Lemurs. No homers, no RBIs. He scored a few runs, though. Managed to be getting on base. 0-1 pitch, taken low. He got hit in the leg yesterday. Has a nice little bruise on it. And you can see, well, I don't know if you can actually see on the camera. You can get a little glimpse of it. First, the next pitch swung on, grounded slowly towards third. It's picked up by Morales. He'll throw to first in the dirt, and it's somehow held on by Rodriguez as Metzger almost stepped on the glove of Rodriguez. But Metzger's got a little shin guard there where that bruise is. He was actually removed from the game yesterday, and today is just DHing. Alvaro Rondon to the plate, 1 out, no one on. Rondon hitting 265 with 1 homer and 32 runs batted in. Hopefully Metzger he's at least good enough to play today, and that's a good sign. Hopefully he'll be able to play the field here in a day or so. First pitch fouled off the catcher, the count 0-1.
So I just checked the radar. Weather app, the weather.com app says thunderstorms around 10:15, and they're spot on. Because yesterday they said it was going to rain here at like 3:30, and it rained at 3:30. So we gotta get it done till 10:30.
Pitch up high on the count, 1-1. While telling our team to finish by 10:30 is
in Laredo is a struggle. But it's in coming from the west and the east. It's like converging.
1-1 pitch. Rondon takes, just missing. Count 2-1.
And the big thunderstorms are west, moving east the line, and then in Nuevo Laredo is just some green.
2-1 delivery from Russell. Popped up on the infield, left side. Russell coming off the side of the mound, but he'll give way as Morales calls him off, and there's 2 away. Yeah, you missed the game in Kansas City that we played.
I saw 2 hours and 1 minute. Missed a franchise record by a minute.
It was incredible. Both pitchers going the distance in that ball game.
That's everyone's type of baseball game right there. 1-0, right? Yeah.
1-0 final. Abel Nieves swings, grounds one up the middle, and it's through for a base knock. Actually, it was 2-0. Take it back. 2-0 final. That ball game. Single for Nieves. 1 for 2 now in the game. He now has a hit in his first 2 games back with the Lemurs after spending a month on the inactive list. Dennis Phipps to the plate. Phipps over 1 with a strikeout today. Righty versus lefty. So maybe this second time through the order against Griffin Russell, who the Lemurs have had a lot of success against this season with Russell. Not a guy they've struggled with. Phipps fouls it away. 0-1. Russell, the lefty. This season is 0-2 in 3 appearances, 2 starts, with an ERA of 9.90 against the Lemurs. He has thrown 10 innings, given up 16 runs, 11 earned. 0-1 pitch, swing, and a foul. And the count 0-2.
His last appearance here in Laredo was July 3rd when he got lit up for some pregame or in-game fireworks when in front of the sellout crowd on that one on July 3rd. 6,000 fans here. What a night. That
sellout capacity crowd. It was – that night was loaded with people.
It was lit, as the kids say these days.
0-2, and now a time call to the plate by Phipps, as Russell is about to deliver. Phipps against the AirHogs this season. He's enjoyed some success, though. In 13 games against Texas, Phipps is hitting .375, best on the team, with 4 home runs and 15 runs batted in. No one else has more than 1 home run against these AirHogs, and Phipps has 4. Pitch swung on and fouled away. Count still 0-2. That hit by Nieves, the second of the game for the Lemurs. Score still 1-0. AirHogs still hanging their hats on that solo home run from Leon Bird. As this game is eerily similar to the games we've already played this month. 0-2 pitch, Phipps swings, grounds one left side. Sanchez, the shortstop, having to rush in, scoops it up into his body. The throw to first is a half step in time to get Phipps, and that'll end the inning. Lemurs strand a runner at first. We go to the top of the 4th. Lemurs trailing 1-0 to the AirHogs.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to...
Leading off for the AirHogs, the first baseman, number 12, Devin Rodriguez.
Devin Rodriguez Leading off the inning for the AirHogs, into the mic, it's Warren Shore. He'll take you through the next 3 innings. Take it away, Warren.
Thanks, James. As you mentioned, top of the 4th, Lemurs trail 1-0. Devin Rodriguez will lead it off for the AirHogs this inning. The lefty awaits the first pitch from Troy Marks. Marks, that one swung on and missed by Rodriguez. Rodriguez singled in the first inning, so 1 for 1 on the day. On deck is Nick Akins, and Cody Lenahan in the hole. Those are your 3 hitters up for the AirHogs this inning, and the curveball's in there for a strike, 0-2 the count to Rodriguez. As the fans below us, the rowdy ones, all started yelling at the same time, trying to distract Rodriguez right before Marks threw it, but Marks out of the windup. The 0-2 bounced in, that one about 58 feet. That will be a ball 1. Nice stop there by Chavez, the catcher. The infield is playing Rodriguez to pull. Rondon playing on the right side of second base. Pulfer playing in shallow right field. And the 1-2 pitch. Rodriguez hits one high into right field. Phipps going back. He's under it about 5 steps in front of the warning track, and he'll make the play. So 1 out in the top half of the 4th inning, and that will bring up Nick Akins, who struck out looking to end the first inning. Both of all of the 4 Marks strikeouts tonight have come in pairs to end the first and lead off the second, and then back-to-back in the 3rd inning, the first out and the second out. First pitch called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Light schedule around the American Association. Must be some rain in the heartland of the country and up north. Gary got rained out today at Sioux Falls, or in Gary. They're facing Sioux Falls. The 0-1. That one misses high and wide, 1-1. It's postponed, no date announced on the website. Marks out of the windup, and the 1-1. Bouncing ball foul into the third base coaching box. 1-2 the count. St. Paul and Winnipeg, a clash between teams that if the season ended today would be in the playoffs. Winnipeg would be the wild card team. They have a 4-game lead on the Lemurs. And that's a first and second place battle in the North Division, and the Goldeyes are 7.5 back as the 1-2 down and away, level at 2. It takes probably something miraculous for the Goldeyes to catch the Saints, but you never know if they sweep this series. They can get that deficit down to 4.5 to 2-2. Hit high into center field, but right at Morrison, and now he guns it and makes the play. So 2 quick outs on fly balls to the outfield. And Lincoln and Joplin, they're playing in Joplin. That's the bottom of the second inning. And Lincoln's up 1-0. Lincoln scuffling. They've won 2 out of their last 10 games. Just not playing good baseball. Lost a series to Sioux City, the Explorers, who are now in first place in the Central Division by a half a game. So Lincoln, hopefully their trip to Joplin, who's this third worst team. First pitch by Cody Lenahan, chopper right to Marks. Marks off the mound, gloves and throws over to first. And that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 6 straight. 4 Marks will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lemurs trail 1-0.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun.
Jesus Poso leading off the bottom of the fourth inning, trying to get the Lemurs on the board. Panda drives one to left center field. That ball's going back, and it is one hop the wall. Rounding first, heading to second is Poso with a stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning on a first pitch. Just smoked that to left center. And for Poso, 14th double on the season, leads the team. And maybe on a normal day, that's a home run because the wind is blowing in from left with the flags. Normally it blows out, but yeah, probably any other day, that is a home run. Poso really put a charge into that one. And now Burt Reynolds flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Reynolds, as James mentioned, facing his former team as the clouds have really darkened and you can see the rain falling over in the horizon over the right field wall. First pitch called strike to Reynolds. Reynolds leads the American Association with 23 home runs this season, yet to hit one with the Lemurs. The 0-1 curveball chopped, but Sanchez unable to come up with it, and Reynolds will be on. And that will be an error. Poso stays at second. That was a chopper to Sanchez, and he was just unable to come up with it. Now Zane Chavez will stand in, singled to right field his first at-bat on a ground ball. That got around the first baseman, Devin Rodriguez. So Sanchez, or Chavez now. I think the AirHogs are expecting a bunt. Third baseman Morales was playing in on the grass. Chavez swung through that one, 0-1. I don't think Chavez is going to bunt here. He's going to swing away. Lefty on lefty matchup here and against the AirHogs this season. Chavez, 281 with a home run, 8 RBIs. Curveball down the first baseline, fair into the, or off the ricochet. Poso rounding second, heading for home. Getting the stop sign is Reynolds, and Chavez sliding into second, just beats the throw. That's an RBI double for Zane Chavez, and we're all tied up at 1. As it never made it to the corner, as it hit the little out, the little bend in the wall down the first base line. And that just got past. Rodriguez at first. We're all tied up here. 1-1. Runners on second and third. For JD Pulfer fouled out right around home plate. The Lemurs have something cooking here. First pitch, down and away. For ball one is Griffin Russell. His shirt is untucked as he is laboring. The back of his shirt untucked as Pulfer looks to give the Lemurs a lead. The 1-0, down and away. So 2-0 the count. Pulfer, James, you have to tell me, Pulfer had the 3-run double, I think, on Saturday? Or
2-run double.
2-run double to tie it up on Saturday, correct?
Yes.
Yes. He's had some big hits this year.
It was a ground rule double.
The 2-0 fouled off out
with
of play.
2 outs, bases loaded, and we were down by 2, tied the game up, and the thing is, they have a short wall out there in right field. Had that wall been a little bit higher or the ball not bounced as high over the wall, 3 runs would have scored. If it stayed in, 3 runs, all 3 runners would have come in to score, but the Lemurs kind of got cheap shotted there with the ground rule double. But the ground rule doubles have helped us a couple of times this year too, so you can't really complain.
He leads the team with 49 RBIs. And now the 2-1 from Russell. Outside, so 3-1 the count with Ty Morrison standing on deck. I don't think he's going to give Pulfer anything to hit here with the lefty on deck and walking him to make a force play at any base.
You mentioned 49 RBIs. Pulfer and Phipps have had a little competition as to who can get to 50 first. Because it changes every day.
Well, a fly ball here does it. And the 3-1, Pulfer fouled it off right back to the screen.
Because I've had it myself. You know, Phipps will get 3 RBIs one day, Pulfer gets 2 or 3 the next, and then it flip-flops over the last couple of weeks as to who leads the team in RBIs.
They are both sitting at 49 right now.
And then Pulfer thought he was going to get to 50 with his double, but it went over the wall and he only got 2, which left him at 49.
You got to wonder if Phipps is a little disappointed now that Poso now leads the team in doubles, trying to get that for himself. As Pulfer hits that one out of play, so the count remains 3-2. As I bet he's trying to do the team triple crown with taking out the average. Even though he's only 10 points behind Morrison at 280, 270, or 14. No, 10 points, 274, 284.
I don't mind guys competing over stats, and that just helps the team.
Agreed.
You want to try and outdo your teammate, have more home runs, have more RBIs, have a better average. You're improving yourself, and you improve the team along with it.
As the lefty comes set, and now the 3-2 pitch hit. Fly ball into left field. Leon Bird going back, but he's under it, making the play, tagging from third is Burt Reynolds, and he's going to score easily. Chavez will move up to third, heads up base running as the throw came into third base, but the shortstop, Sanchez, wasn't there covering, and that throw was offline. So Reynolds will score, sac fly. For Pulfer gives him RBI number 50, now a team high, and Chavez up to third with 1 out, so Morrison could just hit a fly ball and give the Lemurs extend the lead. Now the infield will come in. And any ground ball, they'll look back Chavez at third, because I doubt Chavez will run on contact. And Morrison squared to bunt, pulled it back in time, as that's going to be ball 1. Morrison struck out swinging his first at bat. Morrison against lefties. 210 with 1 home run and 8 RBIs, compared to his 308 or 306 average against righties. Curveball called strike outside corner, locked Morrison up on that one. Down and in, 2-1 the count. It's a plane either taking off or landing behind us at the Laredo International Airport. You're going to hear it in the crowd mic as dark skies are overhead, and you can see the line of the storms getting closer and closer to Uni-Trade Stadium, as we mentioned. As I mentioned, the weather app, 10:30 is the target time. Morrison looks at that curveball, which is a little high, so now the count moves to 3-1. Chavez stands at third. The Lemurs have 2 runs in this inning. Now they have the lead 2-1. The AirHogs got their run in the top of the first on a Leon Bird solo home run to right field. And now the 3-1 pitch, curveball, called strike. Griffin really going with the off-speed stuff here to Morrison. The count now full. Not a lot of fastballs. And the 3-2, high for ball 4. Runners will be at the corners for Brennan Metzger. So Morrison works the walk.
Up next for the Lemurs, the designated hitter, number 34, Brennan Metzger.
Brennan Metzger. 125 on the season, as now we're going to have a trip to the mound. And as I mentioned, Lincoln struggling big time. I should say struggling. They have lost 8 out of their last 10 and have really brought everyone in the Central Division back into the race. Kansas City, with their 4-game sweep of the Lemurs, helped them out a lot. They are only now 4.5 back, sitting at 37-42. Gary, 39-41, only 3 back, and they've lost 3 in a row. Imagine if they would have won a couple of those, they would have been even less than that. And then Lincoln, a half game behind the X's of Sioux City. So really brought a lot of teams back into the playoff race.
Well, and it's not just Lincoln struggling. It's over the last month or so of the season, each of those top 3 teams, Lincoln, Gary, and Sioux City, have all had these 6 or 7 game losing streaks that have kept Kansas City, the bottom dweller, who's just kind of hovering around 500 at one point after a slow start.
Bunt there, and that's going to be down. Coming home is Chavez, flipping. They get him at the plate. Oh, what a play there by Griffin Russell. As the suicide squeeze was on, the bunt went right to Russell, and he glove throw to the catcher, Mike Miller, and Miller applied the tag, and Chavez was out at the plate. Morrison up to second. Metger to first. Man, what a play there.
It's very reminiscent of a play that we had when we lost on a play like that against Sioux City. Navarre was coming off the mound to try to field it. He glove flipped on a walk-off sac bunt by, of course, Matt Coach in Sioux City. And they scored the run as the tag wasn't there quite in time, a bang-bang play at the plate. And Navarre, though, it wasn't a direct right in front of the plate. He had to kind of go off the mound.
First pitch to the number 9 hitter, Alvaro Rondon.
And Navarre's was a little more, his degree of difficulty was higher, and he still had a great play. It was just a little bit late. This one, pretty easy play. I mean, glove flips aren't always easy, but at least it was a straight-on play, just scoop and flip. Didn't have to turn or anything to get the flip off.
Rondon hits one right up the elevator shaft into foul territory. Now drifting over by the Lemurs dugout, and that one will be caught by Rodriguez. So foul out to Rodriguez, but the Lemurs get 2, and they take the lead 2-1 as we head to the top of the 5th inning.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
shredded cheddar cheese,
the creamy sauce,
creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da-hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment.
Leading off is the number 7 hitter, Corey Morales. First pitch, call. They're actually high and in for a ball. Looked pretty good from here. Morales flew out to Dennis Phipps in right field in his first at-bat. Troy Marks has retired the last 7 and has had back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings. As the 1-0 fouled off, out of play, Marks has been pretty good tonight after that leadoff home run. Only allowed 2 singles after that and has all 4 of his strikeouts. The 1-1, that's going to find a hole for a base hit. Is that will be a single there for Morales to lead off the inning. And 7 straight retired is done.
Now batting for the AirHogs at center fielder numbers 23.
And now Kenny Peoples Walls. Walls singled on the second. And now the first pitch from Marks, who will pitch out of the stretch. Curveball just missed. Ball 1. As Morales this season has attempted 4 stolen bases and has been caught stealing every single time. The 1-0, curveball again. That one's just a little bit higher, and that's going to be called a strike to level the count at 1. Now the 1-1 from Marks. That one's a little looping liner over the head around dome. That's going to drop for a base hit. And the first 2 runners reach base, and Kenny Peoples Walls is 2 for 2 on the day. And Morales up to second. So the AirHogs have something cooking after the Lemurs did in the bottom of the 4th, getting their 2 runs. The AirHogs looks to get those response runs as the catcher, Michael Miller, up to bat. He was robbed of a base hit to end of the 2nd inning. Dennis Phipps made a diving catch in right field. And now the corners playing in, middle infielders playing at double play depth as they're expecting a bunt from Miller, and Miller squares, pulls back but called strike. Miller has 1 sacrifice hit on the season. And now Marks will come set. Defense expecting a bunt on the 0-1. Miller squared, pulled it back, and that one fastball was down and away. Count level at 1. And now Marks trying to get out of this jam with runners on first and second, allowing back-to-back singles to start off the top of the 5th inning as Warren Shore here alongside James Nasser. Back from the 7-game road trip. Rondon, that second, was waiting to throw for Marks. He stepped off, but no throw. Home for 6 games, off day Thursday. So 3-game series with the AirHogs, then a 3-game series with the Blasters this weekend. For the 6-game homestand, the 1-1 bunted. Nieves picks it up, gloves. Poso at first base. Never found the bag, but did at the last moment as sliding in was Miller. As the runners move up to second and third. So Miller sack bunt 5-3. And maybe if Miller, the only thing he could have done there was slid or run Poso over. So that was kind of an odd play at first. You'll see here on the replay, Nieves picks, well, we're not going to see the play at first. Just seeing Nieves pick it up. Now infield coming in for the leadoff hitter, Juan Sanchez. Sanchez looks at that one down and away. 1-0. Now Marks trying to keep the AirHogs off the scoreboard in the top of the 5th. As he comes set at the letters. The 1-0. Down low again. 2-0 the count. Outfield playing. Normal depth, but the infield in at the cut of the grass. Marks, the 2-0 kicks, fires. And that's a fastball called strike. Radar gun not working here tonight. But for Marks, probably around the high 80s. It's count now 2-1, 1 out. Runners on second and third. And the 2-1 swung on and missed by Sanchez, so now the count level at 2. Strikeout would be big here as Sanchez did go down via the K in the third. And now the 2-2 pitch. Down and away, count now full. 3-2. Yes, Marks this season usually good through 5. It's when he heads into the 6th inning, he gets into a little bit of a jam. Tonight, I guess it might be a little earlier. 3-2. Down the third baseline, fair. That's going to score both runners as rounding second is Peoples Walls in there, and heading into second with a stand-up double is Juan Sanchez. That was a chopper down the third base line and was going to be close, and it was fair. And now the AirHogs have the lead.
Up next for the AirHogs,
3-2 on the 2-run double by Juan Sanchez. for Sanchez. Double number 15 in RBIs, number 39 and 40. So the Lemurs get 2 in the bottom of the 4th, and the AirHogs come right back and answer those 2 in the top of the 5th and regain the lead. Leon Bird homered in the first inning, also a strikeout, so 1 for 2 on the day. Bird swings through that one for strike 1. Bird hit his 3rd homer of the year, and the first one here in Laredo to right field, and probably the last one, unless it's tonight. The 0-1, high and away. 1-1 now. Now Marks with Sanchez on second. Quick look, now comes to the plate and swung on, and Bird caught a piece of that one. But Chavez was able to catch it, and the count now 1-2. The 1-2. Bird hits one high to left field. Reynolds moving to his right, now settles under it, and he'll make the play for out number 2. And now we'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Brian Bistain. Bistain 0 for 2 on the night. Flyouts to left and right. Needs one to center to get the trifecta.
Next up for the AirHogs, the second baseman, number 2, Brian Bistain.
Now Marks looks in. Gets the sign, long look at second, now comes to the plate. First pitch fastball inside, misses ball 1, and got word the Winnipeg-St. Paul game rained out tonight. They'll play a doubleheader on Wednesday. So only one other game going on, and that's Lincoln and Joplin. The 1-0, curveball, called strike. Count now, level at 1. Full slate of games back in action tomorrow. Marks out of the 1-1. Chopper over to Nieves, cuts it off. The spin move, throw to first in time to get Bistain, and that will end the inning. But the AirHogs take the lead on a 2-run double by Juan Sanchez, and they lead 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins.
Abel Nieves, the leadoff hitter. First pitch skied. That one's going to go out of play for a foul ball. Nieves, 1 for 2, singled in the third. Looks at that pitch. Down and in, 1-1. But a full action tomorrow night. Actually, you got 7 games as Kansas City and Wichita play a doubleheader. As that 1-1 curveball misses down low again, 2-1. Fargo will travel to Sioux City. So the 4 teams not playing tonight. The 2-1 over for a called strike. Count now level at 2. And now the pitch swung on and missed by Nieves, and he couldn't catch up to that high fastball. And he goes down swinging. Third strikeout of the night for Russell. Now Dennis Phipps, who with one swing of the bat can tie J.D. Pulfer's team high in RBIs. Their friendly competition. He's getting some encouragement from the Vuvuzelas, the loud and active tonight. Curveball at the knees, called strike, and Phipps turned his head and walked out of the box. He was not pleased with that one. And now having a little talk with Mike Mazza, the home plate umpire. Still talking as he goes back into the box. Phipps was not a happy camper about that. Now the lefty out of the windup, the 0-1. Tried to put a little extra on that one, and that missed outside. 1-1. The 1-1, Phipps swings through that. As he's down in the count, 1-2. Phipps 0 for 2, struck out in the first, grounded out to short. And now the 1-2. Russell working quickly. Just missed the outside corner there. I think that one's been called a couple times tonight, but not in this scenario. And now the 2-2. Phipps lines one to left field for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Dennis Phipps. Some on first base. And now up to bat will be Jesus Poso, who led off last inning with the double off the HEB sign in left center. One hop the wall there. As James and I have mentioned, wind blowing in from left tonight. Any other night, home run, but not tonight. And then he came around to score on the double by Zane Chavez. First pitch to Poso, called strike. On deck, Burt Reynolds. The 0-1, down and in. 1-1. Outfield playing Poso straight away. As Phipps does some groundwork over at first base, over where his secondary lead is in the dirt. Rained a lot yesterday. Field wasn't tarred, but the grounds crew did a great job of getting it ready for tonight's game. The 1-1 outside. Poso ahead in the count, 2-1. Grounds crew did a great job, and it's pretty dark outside right now as it's been overcast pretty much all day, and there's dark skies to our west. Fastball. Outside corner just missed, so Poso now hitters count at 3-1. Should wait to get his pitch from the lefty Russell. And now Russell out of the stretch, kicks, fires a 3-1 called strike. Poso was headed towards first base, but Mike Mazza thought otherwise. And you go back to the weather.com app, the Weather Channel app. Now they've moved up their time for thunderstorms to midnight. As you know, if that happens, the American Association, you can't start an inning after midnight. So looking good. The throw over to Phipps at first, he's back. But look at the radar. It's all around us. That bowl around Laredo that the city sits in is definitely playing its role tonight. And now the 3-2 Phipps going, and that's going to be inside for ball 4. So back-to-back runners reach with 1 out. Phipps with the single, Poso with the walk, and now Burt Reynolds coming up the plate. And what a time it would be to hit his first Lemurs home run. Against his former team. Reynolds reached on an error back in the 4th. So last inning on a grounder over to the shortstop Sanchez. Came around to score, flew out to right in the 2nd. But Reynolds looking to do some damage here. Russell comes set. And now the pitch high and outside, 1-0. If there's anyone that would know how to pitch Burt Reynolds, other than the Lemurs pitchers, because against the Lemurs, Reynolds struggled, it would be Griffin Russell, his former teammate. Russell set. Check on Phipps at second, and the pitch down and in. So Reynolds ahead in the count, 2-0. Hard to tell. I think there is activity in the AirHogs bullpen. Kind of hard to tell. There's now a long look in from Russell. Gets the sign from the catcher, Mike Miller. Check on Phipps at second. He'll come to the plate, and that was at the shins, but a called strike. That one wasn't even close, but Mike Mazza calls it a strike. 2-1 the count. Lemurs dugout not pleased with that one. Now the 2-1 curveball, that's a called strike. So now, after a generous first pitch called strike, Russell works it back to 2-2. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning, Lemurs trailing the AirHogs 3-2 in the first game of this 3-game series. Second to last homestand of the year, the 2-2 pitch. Reynolds Blooper that will be right to Bistain at the edge of the infield, and he pops out. The runners stay where they're at.
Stepping in next for the Lemurs, the catcher, number 9.
And I think the infield fly rule was ruled there. Now Zane Chavez, the man responsible for both of the runs with the 2-run double to right. For him, that was RBIs number 32 and 33 for the season. And for Chavez, double number 14, so him and Poso tied for the lead atop. In doubles with 14, Poso started that 4th inning with the double, and Chavez 2 batters later answered, so they're in a little friendly competition for the team lead in doubles. The lefty awaits the first pitch, and he fouls one off back to the screen. The lefty Chavez is a very good hitter against left-handed pitching. 311, actually better against lefties than he is righties, which is rare. That 311 average, only 7 RBIs, but man, he's pretty good against lefties, considering he's 257 against righties when you would expect he'd have that 311 average. The 0-1 swung on, and on his follow-through did a little helicopter there, so 0-2 the count. Runners on first and second. 0-2, 2 outs. And the pitch, Chavez, good job at fouling off that high fastball back to the screen to stay alive.
Chavez last season had some pretty similar numbers against lefties and righties. Hit .329 against lefties last season, and against righties hit .277.
It's a trend for him. The 0-2 down low. 1-2 now.
Which I've been talking about lately on air, how he's better against lefties, which is, yeah, like you said, really rare. You don't see that a lot.
Multiple seasons, maybe you're thinking it's just maybe 1 year he does of this, but last year with those splits, says it's at least the last couple of years he's done well. The 1-2, and he'll ground one right to Bistain, going to his left, taps the glove, throws to first, and Chavez is retired. The Lemurs strand 2 and still trail 3-2 the Texas AirHogs as we head to the top of the 6th inning.
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Top of the 6th inning here at Uni-Trade Stadium, Warren Shore with James Nasser. Lemurs trailing 3-2. Lemurs currently on a 4-game losing streak, trying to buck that trend here as the new pitcher for the Lemurs, the lefty Luis Poyorena, on first pitch, called strike at the knees on the lefty Devin Rodriguez. This will be appearance number 18 for the Laredo native, as he's 3-1 with the 2.67 ERA, the 0-1 outside, 1-1 the count. 3-1 with the 2.67 ERA, 2 saves and 30 1/3 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts, 6 walks. Allowed 21 hits. His last outing was August 13th against Kansas City, pitched 2 innings. Allowed 1 earned run, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts. Faced 9 batters, the 1-1 over for a called strike. Looked like a little frisbee hanging up there. The count now 1-2 to Devin Rodriguez, the lefty. 1 for 2 tonight. Rodriguez pushes one into left field for a base hit opposite field as he just slapped at it. And that'll be a leadoff single. The 2nd inning in a row, the AirHogs have had a leadoff single, and for Rodriguez, he's 2 for 3 on the night. And against lefties, Rodriguez also very well, batting .289. But against righties, he's batting .294, so you could say his splits are more average, Rodriguez. They're closer together against righty and lefty, but now the number 5 hitter, Nick Aikens, up. Aikens 0 for 2, strikeout in the first. First pitch called, strike at the knees. 0-1 the count. And now that one is hit into right field, and that's going to get through for a base hit, only because Pulfer was playing behind second base and couldn't get to it as Aikens broke the shift. So back-to-back singles to lead off the 6th. The same situation that was in the 5th inning. And those two came around to score. Now Zane Chavez and Abel Nieves off to talk to Luis Poyorena. The AirHogs have 3 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. The Lemurs 2 runs on 5 hits. No defensive mistakes for the Lemurs so far tonight. Hopefully the broadcaster jinx doesn't play a role. And now Cody Lenahan 0 for 2. Corners, playing in like he's going to bunt and squares it out early. Drops one down to Poyorena, gloves, and he'll throw to third. And he is out at third. Nice play there by Poyorena, the lefty. Saw it the whole way. So failed sacrifice. Rodriguez gunned down. 1-5. Aikens up to second. Lenahan on the fielder's choice will go to first. Good defense there. The broadcaster jinx pays off. Doesn't happen there, and the Lemurs turn a nice defensive play. And now Corey Morales singled the lead off. The top of the 5th inning, came around to score 1 for 2. First pitch down low, ball 1. That pitch misses outside, 2-0. As if you're in the Laredo area, it's the back to school series here. Bring some school supplies, drop them off, and you'll get into the ballpark for free. As the 2-0 fouled out of play. Count now 2-1. So you bring school supplies, there's journals, pencils, pens, anything like that. You'll get into the game with the free general admission ticket. Now the lefty, Poyorena, sidearms that one, and that goes right to Nieves. Will step on the bag at third, throw over to first, in time for the double play. And the Lemurs get out of that jam with some good defensive plays. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. AirHogs leading the Lemurs 3-2.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919. Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the
Back here, bottom half of the 6th inning, new pitcher for the AirHogs LB, Jack Carricker. So this is a little Oregon Duck on Oregon Duck crime as J.D. Pulfer up to bat. First pitch fastball from the righty Carricker. Their brothers, or Pulfer played with Carricker's brother at Oregon when Pulfer was there. Carricker, a rookie. This is his first season in professional ball. And he's pitched in 4 games, 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts. And the 1-1 to Pulfer, foul out on a sacrifice fly on the evening. The 1-1 is a looping liner into left field for a base hit. So Pulfer leads off the inning with the single. And for those teams, the Lemurs and the AirHogs, that's 4 consecutive leadoff singles in the 5th inning and the 6th. So the top half of the 5th, bottom half of the 5th, the leadoff singles leadoff hits for both teams, and then last inning, or this inning, I mean the 6th inning, both teams have had leadoff singles. Carricker in 2016 at Oregon had 14 appearances in 12 innings, had an ERA of 4.50, allowed 6 earned runs as Ty Morrison skies one to left field, Bird under it. Going to his right now, a step in front of the warning track will make the play. Pulfer tagging, heading for second, throw coming in, gets over. The second baseman Bistain, but falls right to Rodriguez, so Pulfer being aggressive on the base pass moves up on the Morrison fly out to left.
Now batting for the Lemurs, the designated hitter number 34.
But opponents against Carricker were batting .217. Had 13 strikeouts in those 12 innings. Allowed 9 runs, 6 earned. That's what he did in 2016 in Eugene, Oregon.
That's another one of those fly balls that might get out of here if the wind's blowing like it normally does. That was just short of the warning track, Morrison's.
It was, and that was a charge into that one. First pitch to Brennan Metzger. Called strike. The 0-1. Fastball outside corner, called strike 2. As he's fielder's choice in the 4th. And then grounded out in the 3rd. To the third baseman. Now the 0-2 pitch. Nice job laying that one off. Count now 1-2. Now Carricker comes set, looks at Pulfer at second, and the pitch fouled off. Count now still 1-2. On deck, the number 9 hitter, Alvaro Rondon. Runner on second, 1 out. Lemurs trailing 3-2. Brennan Metzger up to bat. Bottom of the 6th inning. Lemurs looking to break their 4-game losing streak in the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, curveball outside corner. Metzger goes down. First strikeout of the night for Carricker. 3rd of his career. And now the shortstop, Alvaro Rondon. Will bat from the left-handed side tonight. First pitch to Rondon. He had to jump back out of the way of that fastball. Inside for ball 1 as Morales playing on the edge of the grass. A step in front of the baseline. Pull for a lead at second. As that 1-0 to Rondon is down and in. Rondon 0 for 2 tonight. And now that 2-0 over for a strike, 2-1 the count. Rondon looks to tie this one up with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. The leadoff hitter Abel Nieves on deck. The 2-1 fouled off, and Rondon lost his bat on that one. Goes right back to the screen. Count now level at 2. Fouled that one and was ahead of it. Now Miller will go out to the mound to talk with Carricker about what they're going to do on this 2-2 pitch with Pulfer on second. Maybe A little tip of the signs to Rondon. But Rondon with 2 out and runners in scoring position. 256 with 7 RBIs this year and 39 at-bats. The Lemurs have a team. 265, 8 home runs, 121 RBIs as he fouls one off right over our heads. Count remains 2-2. And in contrast, the AirHogs in this situation are 252 with 103 RBIs. Rondon hits one down the third base line, just foul. Count remains 2-2. 3 straight foul balls for Rondon. And a nice battle here. Runner on second, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Lemurs trailing 3-2. Alvaro Rondon, the hitter. Jack Carricker, the pitcher, and the 2-2 misses high. The count now full. First base is open, but you never want to walk a guy when you're ahead of the count 0-2. Or you get 2 strikes on the hitter. With the leadoff man on deck and Abel Nieves. And the 3-2. Rondon fouls that one off right back to the screen. Stays alive. And now the 3-2. Rondon lines one into right center field for a base hit. Pulfer waved around. He is going to score. And Rondon ties us up with a 2-out RBI single. For Rondon, RBI number 33 on the season. Nice of the bottom of the order to tie this game back up. Now Abel Nieves will try to continue this 2-out rally. And the first pitch to Nieves inside. He had to back away of that one. 1-0. Nieves 1 for 3, struck out on the 5th. Singled in the 3rd. The 1-0. Nieves chops one foul. Nice play by the third base coach, Mike Meyer.
Welcome back, Abel!
As some of the fans yell, welcome back. Abel, as this is his first home game back from coming off the inactive list. He played yesterday. And with that run scored, Lemur shots, $3 for the next 10 minutes. The 1-1. Nieves drives one to right field, but that is caught by Lenahan. This is more of a lazy fly ball to right. Lenahan had to come in a couple steps. And Nieves are retired, but the Lemurs tie it up at the bottom of the 6th inning on a Alvaro Rondon RBI 2-out single. We're tied at 3 as we head to the top of the 7th inning.
And the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
All right, top of the 7th inning. We'll send it back over to James Nasser to take you the rest of the way.
All right, thanks, Warren. Got a couple of runs up there on the board. And Lemurs have tied it up here as we go to the top of the 7th. Luis Poyorena still on the mound for the Lemurs. He came in relief last inning. There in the 6th, relieving Troy Marks. Poyorena's first pitch is a called strike here in the 7th to Kenny Peoples-Walls. 0-1 the count to Peoples-Walls. He is 2 for 2 today with a run scored, having a good day at the plate in the 0-1, taken low and in. He'll actually go off the glove of Chavez and roll back to the wall, and the count 1-1. Top of the 7th here. Lemurs got 1 run last inning to tie it up at 3. As there have been runs now in 3 straight innings. Lemurs 2 in the 4th, AirHogs 2 in the 5th, and the Lemurs again 1 in the 6th. Ground ball right side as it's get past a diving Poso there. And then out of the reach of a lunging Pulfer into right field. So Peoples-Walls now 3 for 3 with 3 singles. In his first game against the Lemurs this season, his 8th game of the year. And Michael Miller to the plate, the catcher for the AirHogs. Throw over to first, check on Peoples-Walls. The ball got a little bit away from Poyorena, but Poso covered up for him. Peoples-Walls, by the way, a former 4th-round pick out of Westchester High School in Los Angeles, California. Let a throw to first by the St. Louis Cardinals, still only 22 years of age. Has only played in the AirHogs, or with the AirHogs this year, after being released by the Cardinals. Made it up to low A last year in the Midwest League with Peoria. Pitch taken low, ball 1. Made it up to Peoria a couple times in his career, but last year he spent most of the year there, a couple of games with State College in the New York Penn League. Runner moving, the pitch is fouled away. Up and over the screen, a little hit and run action there maybe, and the count 1-1. Peoples-Walls, as he was drafted out of high school in 2011. So still just 22 years of age. Actually, we'll be celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Peoples-Walls turns 23. Pitch swung on and fouled away. So we'll have to say happy birthday to him tomorrow, but not yet. Count 1-2 to Miller after he's fouled off the last couple of pitches. This Texas AirHogs team hasn't made a ton of moves this year. Pitch swung on, grounded towards the middle, but Rondon is there, but it hops over his shoulder. I thought he was about to turn one of those great middle infield double plays for the Lemurs, but the ball just took a hop on that clay. And you can see Pulfer now pushing in a divot there on the infield. It might have hit that, and it got over the shoulder. Nothing Rondon could really do about it. He got in front of it, and the ball hopped over his arm or shoulder as he tried to make the play. They'll rule it a hit. Back-to-back singles. As Juan Sanchez comes to the plate. Sanchez is 1 for 3, but his one hit was a doozy. A 2-run double in the 5th inning. He bunts at the pitch, and it goes foul to the right side in the count 0-1. Top of the 7th, 3-3 ball game, Lemurs and AirHogs. See over at first base, Michael Miller kind of playing around in the clay. Poso and Miller seem to be having a conversation. Poso is standing right by him. Oh, they're still looking at each other. 0-1 the count. Corners in. Sanchez again bunts it, and it hit the foot of Sanchez in the box. Poyorena had grabbed it and slung it over to third anyways. Count 0-2. Sanchez likely not bunting now with 2 strikes on him. Arena could come up with a big strikeout here. Certainly help him and the Lemurs out. Because then a double play could end the inning. Or a double play ball here. That wouldn't be bad either. He looks back at second. Now the pitch swung up, popped up on the infield. That'll be another infield fly rule as Rondon settles under it on that left side, just a few feet away from Nieves. There's out number 1.
Stepping in next for the AirHogs, the left fielder, number 6, Leon Bird.
And Leon Bird to the plate. So 1 out, 2 men on. And Incaviglia is going to come out of the dugout. Looks like we'll have a pitching change as he points to the bullpen out in left field. Poyarena's day is done. We'll be back in a few moments with the new pitcher as the Lemurs and AirHogs are tied 3-3 here at the top of the 7th.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Danny Reynolds in the game for the Lemurs. Reynolds on the year for Laredo has been pretty good. 0-0 in 8 appearances with a 1.13 ERA, 8 innings pitched. He has 15 strikeouts. He's walked 1 batter, given up 1 run. It was earned on 4 hits. That 1 run came his last time out. First batter he has to face off is lefty Leon Bird. So Pete going with the slightly unconventional move as the first pitch to Bird is swung on and missed, 0-1. And taking out the lefty when a lefty batter comes to the plate and putting in a righty. Now that could be the move of you want to get a different style of pitcher. Poyorena, a side-arming lefty, doesn't throw very hard. He is still an excellent pitcher, but Reynolds, right-hander, and throws fire. The 0-1, a called strike, and the count now 0-2. It's more important outlasting. Radar gun not really working too well here lately. But Reynolds typically is in the mid to upper 90s, 96 to 99. 0-2 the count to Bird, whereas Poyorena is usually in the mid to upper 80s. No balls, 2 strikes, runners on first and second, 1 out. Reynolds from the stretch kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the move pays off. As Reynolds gets the strikeout. Route number 2, and it'll bring up Brian Bistain. Bistain is 0 for 3 today. And he is a right-hander. AirHogs with 10 hits, Lemurs with 7. Texas has already committed an error today. Lemurs have not. Reynolds gets the sign from his catcher Chavez and comes to a set out on the hill, former Angels prospect. And the pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Couple of flyouts today for Bistain and 1 ground out to third base. 0-1 the count. Here in the top of the 7th. Not a lot of games in action today. Top of the 7th in Joplin. Blasters leading 3-1 over the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Actually, top of the 8th now. Just refreshed it. Joplin's up 4-1 over Lincoln. And that's the only other one. Everyone else has been rained out today. Pitch fouled away in the count 0-2. Sioux Falls and Gary, and Winnipeg and St. Paul. Those games in Gary and in Winnipeg. Winnipeg and St. Paul already have 1 game they have to make up due to rain. Now they've got another. 0-2 the count to Bistain. 2 outs in the inning. Reynolds 1 strike away from ending it here and ending that threat for the AirHogs. Looks back at second, the 0-2. Taken, wow, a little outside. The whole infield thought it was strike 3. They started walking towards the dugout. Count 1-2. Lemurs this season are 12-1 against the AirHogs. They've lost just 1 time. That was on July 8th. A 9-4 loss. Sam Martin, who's no longer with the AirHogs, got the win. Barrett Laux, who's on the DL right now for the Lemurs, got the loss. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. There's strike 3. Reynolds comes in, strikes out 2 batters, ends the inning here in the 7th, and we go to the 7th inning stretch. Lemurs and AirHogs tied at 3.
This Sports Medicine, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value.
Dennis Sips leads off the inning here, and it's still Jack Carricker. Pitch called a strike. And the count 0-1.
Home run!
Carricker on the mound for another inning of work. And he has a tough challenge ahead of him. 0-1 pitch down and away as he faces off against Phipps, Poso, and Reynolds, the three big power hitters for the Lemurs. Wind now slightly shifting directions, blowing more in from right. Pitch taken low, and the count 2-1. As you can see, the flags are facing the field. If you're sitting along the first base or right field line, you can see the full flag. And the 2-1 pitch, swing and a fly ball down the line and left, but it'll hook foul. Count 2-2. Did some research here before the game today. You know, I do that from time to time, do some research. Happens. Lemurs, going back to last season, now that they're at the 80-game mark. As the 2-2 pitch, Phipps leans out of the way, but he doesn't get the call. Called strike 3. Phipps strikes out for the second time today as that curveball just managed to find the zone. And Jesus Poso to the plate. Remember, we've talked about it a little bit this year, and if you were watching the team last year, Lemurs, at this point last year, made a big trade. They acquired Drew Martinez and J.D. Pulfer with 20 games left of the season. As Poso comes to the plate. Pitch taken for a called strike. And we have 20 games left right now. There's a swing and a foul away. Out of play in the count 0-2, but they got them at the 20-game mark. And really things started shifting for the Lemurs then. They went 15-5 over their last 20 games last season in a late season surge to make the playoffs. 0-2 pitch outside as they just barely got in the wild card. 1-2 the count to Poso. They beat out the Joplin Blasters last year, believe it or not, as bad as the Blasters have been this year. They just missed the playoffs by 2 games last year. And at that 80-game mark, 1-2 pitch, Poso swings and hits one through the hole on the left side of the infield, just barely out of the reach of Sanchez. Single for Poso with the 1 out, and that'll bring up Burt Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds 0 for 3 today. He did reach on an error and score a run in the 4th inning.
Well, we were talking about the Salt Dogs earlier in the Central. They're losing 4-1 to Joplin tonight. I don't know if you mentioned that, but I mean that really shrinks up the wild card standings. If you're with the Lemurs and the,
it's really a 2-team wild card race right now. It's just Laredo and Winnipeg. Everyone else pretty much too far out of it. We're 4 games out, and that's still going to be tough. As the first pitch to Reynolds outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Lincoln's 6 out, I think, or 5.5. They're a game and a half behind us, but
5.5. But they're not. They're leading the Central.
Yes.
So the next teams are, I think, 7 games out or something around there.
No, they're behind in the Central.
Oh, Lincoln's in second right now.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Pitch taken. And the count 1-1 as that pitch found the zone. But the Lemurs right now. But last season the difference is this year, Lemurs are 43-37 at the 80-game mark. Last year they were 42-38. 1-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball left side right at Sanchez. He gloves it, dropping to a knee, flips to second for 1, over to first, a double play ball, 6-4-3, and that'll end the inning. So Lemurs get the 1-out single, but the double play nullifies it, and we go to the top of the 8th. Laredo and Texas still knotted at 3.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit Hot Dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito Hamburger and Cabrito Hot Dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Top of the 8th, Danny Reynolds still on the mound for the Lemurs. As he goes back to work, he faced the last 2 batters there in the 7th, got a couple of strikeouts. Adding to his strikeout total this season, as he has now thrown 8 2/3 innings with 17 strikeouts. It's a lot. Just 1 walk in that time frame too. Devin Rodriguez leading off the inning for the AirHogs. He is 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles. First pitch called strike. He lowered the bat as if he wanted to swing, but he didn't. Count 0-1. I was talking last inning about the playoff chances. Lemurs, the difference last season, although they have a better record this year through 80 games than they did last year. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez with a big hack at the count 0-2. Couldn't find it. The Lemurs last year were tied for the Wild Card League at 80 games. This year, they trail by 4 games to the Gold Eyes. And the Gold Eyes play 15 of their last 22 games. They still have a few more games than the Lemurs do. At home. 0-2 pitch taken outside. And count 1-2. Now the Lemurs are about the same as we have 20 games left. And we play 14 of those last 20 games at home. So still about even in the home games versus away games. The wind and the 1-2. Swing and a foul away, left side on a line drive. The count's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lemurs also have a more advantageous schedule than the Gold Eyes do, as they play Joplin. Well, they play Texas, Joplin, Kansas City, Joplin, Texas. Those are our next 5 series. And end the year with Wichita. 1-2 the count. Reynolds winds in the 1-2 pitch. Rodriguez taking up and away. Whereas Gold Eyes, they have a lot of St. Paul, a lot of Sioux City, And Sioux City right now leading the Central. St. Paul, the best record in the league. And then some Fargo, who is in third in the North. One game above 500. 2-2 pitch, down and away. Count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Fargo still trying to cling on to a wild card hope, as right now they are 6.5 games out of the wild card, but still a pretty significant number there with just 20 games left. 3-2 pitch to Rodriguez, swinging a grounder right side, just to the right of the bag at second. Pulfer moves over, now throws hard to first in time. And there's one away. So look at what the Lemurs have to do. They went 15-5 down the stretch last year and got in. And then 15-5. That would give them 58 wins. The last few years, the wild card team has had 57 or 58 wins. That might get it done this year, but Winnipeg, they've made some moves here lately, some trades, some free agent signings. First pitch to Nick Akins from Reynolds is swung on and missed. Reynolds blew it past him. Akins stayed 1 for 3. Winnipeg's strong, so it's gonna be a challenge for the Lemurs, and like I said, play the end of the year against Wichita. And I think the team, at least I was, 0-1 pitch. Akins tries to check a swing, he can't. Count 0-2. You didn't want it to come down to those 4 games against the Wingnuts, as the Lemurs have struggled against the Wingnuts this year. You wanted to have it pretty much wrapped up, where you only need to win 1, maybe at the most 2 against Wichita. If the Lemurs go into that 4-game set with the Wingnuts and need to win 3 games in order to make it into the playoffs, it's gonna be a tough 4-game series. Pitch fouled away. Count still 0-2.
The thing, too, the Lemurs after tonight, they have played 81 games. The Winnipeg is only at 78 games played, so the Lemurs have played 3 more games. And with Winnipeg getting rained out tonight, that number still stays at 78. They are playing a doubleheader on Wednesday, but they have games to make up here.
0-2 pitch to Akins, taken just low. Count 1-2, which could play in the Lemurs' favor, where Winnipeg has to play a bunch of games all in a row and very few days, play doubleheaders, get tired, and maybe drop a couple games that you might not ordinarily drop. You never know. Tire the bullpen out. Get your starters a little out of sync. And, of course, playing a little bit more of a top-level competition in the league. There's a ground ball hit right side towards the hole. Pulfer sliding. He's going to quickly throw to first in time as Reynolds was covering the bag from the mound. A great play by Pulfer and Reynolds to make the play. 4-1 the put out. Akins retired, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Cody Lenahan to the plate. Poso tried to get there. He dove for it, but he couldn't make the play. Pulfer sliding. And a bang-bang play. Pulfer's throw. Reynolds covering the bag, beating Akins. Well, I was giving these numbers to a couple of players, and they say, we're just going to go 16-4. 16-4. We went 15-5 last year, 16-4 this year. Kind of chuckled, but it's going to take a lot of wins, that's for sure. 10-10 likely won't get it done. We're going to have to go above 500, that's for sure. First pitch to Cody Lenahan, taken up high. 1-0. Lenahan 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th. He also struck out today. Top of the 8th, Lemurs AirHogs tied at 3. Lemurs trying to end a 4-game losing streak. AirHogs trying to end a 3-game losing streak. One of those will end tonight. 1-0 pitch. Lenahan, a swing and a miss. Lost the handle of the bat. Actually just got a piece of it. One hand fell off the bat, and the other hand just barely managed to stay on, as the bat came wrapping around his body. 1-1 the count. Infield shifted for him to pull. Actually, I take that back. That last play wasn't made by Pulfer. There's a swing and a miss. We've had a defensive substitution. Count 1-2. Jimmy Norris is at second base right now. Pulfer's at short. That last play was made by Norris, not by Pulfer. Rondon looks like is in center field, where he played yesterday. And Phipps is out of the ball game. Pitch swung on and fouled away. That's Morrison in left. And Reynolds is in right field. So some defensive changes this inning after Phipps last inning struck out looking. I don't know what could have happened. But Norris in the ball game. I sometimes don't notice when Norris and Pulfer, when Norris comes in, I don't notice Pulfer shifted over to second. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul back to the screen because, well, neither of which are very tall. Pulver's a little bigger than Norris. But from out here, it's tough to tell. They're about the same size. They both pull their pant legs up to their knees, showing off black socks. And they both wear wristbands or sleeves on their arms. Dark colored. They are almost carbon copies of each other in appearance. At least from a distance, which is what I'm at. 1-2 the count. And the pitch to Lenahan. Swung on and lined back up the middle into center field where Rondon will scoop it up and bring it back to the infield.
Next up for the AirHogs at third baseman, number 14, Corey Morales.
And Corey Morales to the plate with 2 outs and runner on first after that 1-out single. So Norris, like he did yesterday, coming in, playing second. Pulfer shifting over to short. Rondon out to center. But Morrison now in left. Reynolds in right. Pitch taken up high. 1-0. Corey Morales today is 1 for 3. Morales, the righty against the righty, and Danny Reynolds. Over at first, getting the lead is Lenahan, and the pitch taken just a little inside, and the count 2-0. So put Norris there in that 2 spot in the order for Phipps. And I think I got it right today. Yesterday I botched all those substitutions up, but this time I looked to the outfield, scanned it thoroughly, got the help of Warren here. Second set of eyes. There's a called strike. 2-1 now the count. Rondon was not happy with me after yesterday because he threw a guy at the plate and I was calling him Metzger. I said, hey, I didn't notice. You're too far away. 2-1 the count. Pitch swung on, popped up, foul. Out of play. The count evens up 2-2 to Morales. So everyone's shifting around here. It's nice that you have guys that can play multiple positions. With Rondon, who can play about anywhere on the field. I don't know about pitcher or catcher, but 2-2 the count. Reynolds, 1 strike away from ending the inning. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He does. His 3rd strikeout of the game. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Lemurs tied with the AirHogs 3-3.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Tyler Harris on the mound. The former Fargo Moorhead Red Hawk. Seen him a few times now. Saw him with Fargo. We've seen him here now with the AirHogs. Zane Chavez to the plate, leading off the inning against Harris. Harris this season with the AirHogs has made 5 starts, 16 appearances overall. Is 2-1 with a 4.50 ERA. 40 innings pitched with Texas. Chavez swings the first pitch, hits one high into the air. Shallow right. Coming in is Lenahan. He'll get under it, make the play, and there's out number 1. Chavez swings the first pitch from Harris and flies out to right, bringing J.D. Pulfer to the plate. Pulfer 1 for 2 today with a sac fly and an RBI. A run scored as well. He singled back in the 6th his last time up. So Harris at the plate, or on the mound for the AirHogs, was one of those many Tylers and Taylors that the Red Hawks started the season with. They had a few of those guys last year. Pitch to Pulfer as the music's still going on. Pulfer stepping out of the box. Pitch came in. I believe it was a ball. I don't know if they still called the pitch or not. I think play was granted. It is a ball, 1-0. Pulver looking up at the sound room, not happy. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1. I think I could read his lips. Something. What the heck? Look of disbelief on his face. 1-1 the count to Pulfer. He'll take just outside in the count, 2-1. Pulfer, one of the more animated players on the Lemurs, out on the field. One to wear his emotions on his sleeve, so to speak, out there on the diamond. 2 balls and a strike. The count, the pitch taken for a strike on the outer half of the plate. I'll probably hear about this tomorrow, even though I have no control over the music. Two and 2 the count. And the pitch, Pulfer thought about swinging, and I have no idea where that pitch missed. That looked really good, just a little outside maybe. But the count full 3-2 to Pulfer here, as there's 1 out. In the bottom of the 8th, game tied at 3. Lemurs and AirHogs. No one on. And Tyler Harris will wind in the 3-2 payoff pitch. Pulfer taking in the dirt, draws a walk. Well, at least he didn't strike out, because then I'd really hear about it tomorrow. I would probably be told to deliver a message to the people in the sound room, but at least gets on base. And Ty Morrison to the plate. Morrison is 0 for 2 with a walk today. Pulfer at first, representing the go-ahead run. Lemurs, they score a run this inning, just have to hold the AirHogs in the top of the ninth. Harris last pitched against Joplin. He threw 2 games in that series. In fact, this is his 3rd day pitching in a row. Pitch taken for a ball, 1-0. He threw the 13th, 14th, and now the 15th of August. First 2 games against Joplin, shutout innings his last 2 times out there. He did give up a hit in each of those outings against the Blasters. Both games Blasters losses. Before that, he pitched in that August 10th game against the Lemurs, pitched outside, in which Laredo won 4-1. He threw 3 shutout innings against Laredo, giving up 3 hits, walked a batter, and struck out 2, and now James Frisbee going to come out of the dugout after the walk, and now back-to-back balls to Morrison. Morrison, a dangerous left-handed hitter against the righty pitcher, and you have that go-ahead run standing at first base. Over walking towards the dugout. Looks like he's gonna clean some muck out of his cleats. It rained, like we said earlier, and so this infield is still soft. It looks pretty good, but we've noticed guys all night smoothing out different areas, working clay out of their cleats, so still a little sticky, a little soft. 2-0 the count to Morrison as Pulfer gets a lead, and the pitch taken up high, 3-0. Brennan Metzger waiting on deck. Morrison, lefty. And the 3-0 pitch, he's taking all the way. It's ball 4. Back-to-back walks have runners on first and second for the Lemurs. With 1 out in the inning, Metzger at the dish. And Metzger he's just such an incredible story. I told the story when we were playing in Texas. And I know we're having internet issues, so I don't know how many people actually heard the story, but Metzger was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I think he said when he was 19 years old, and he's actually had to have his liver removed. He's had 6 surgeries. At one point when he was in the hospital, missed all of the 2013 season in the Giants organization. First pitch, Metzger swings, hits one down the line to right. It is drifting foul, and it'll get just out of play. Count 0-1. I believe he said he had his large intestine removed as well, and he's still out there playing baseball, pursuing the dream, and got to give credit to him. Crohn's is not an easy thing to overcome. It's tough. I know some people with it, and they fight day in and day out against the disease, and Metzger's out here playing professional baseball and fighting through that. It's incredible. 0-1 the count to him. Harris steps off the mound as Sanchez was breaking for second as Pulfer was getting back to the bag. Pulfer at second, Morrison at first. Big opportunity for the Lemurs here with a runner in scoring position and another man on base with just 1 out. In the bottom of the 8th in a tie game. The 0-1 pitch, Metzger taking the slider for a strike, and the count 0-2. Pulfer with a lead at second as Sanchez digging in the dirt in front of him. Pulfer dancing around at second. 0-2 pitch, Metzger takes up and away. As we mentioned earlier, Metzger was removed from the game yesterday. He started the game in center field after taking that hit by pitch off the inside of his leg there. 1-2 in the dirt. Metzger thought about swinging. They say he didn't go on the appeal. Both runners will advance on the wild pitch. Metzger almost went through the zone. And now you have 2 men in scoring position. A fly ball, if hit deep enough, will score a run. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Metzger. And that run would be the go-ahead run. So Pulfer at third base, Morrison at second. Infield now drawn in. If you just put the ball on the ground and you manage to find one of those holes, it'll probably get through. Pulfer getting a sizable lead at third. And the 2-2. Metzger takes in the dirt, blocked by the catcher again. Miller. Last time, though, he couldn't quite keep it in front of him. Got to the side, and that's how the runners advanced. So the count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Alvaro Rondon. And Rondon already has a single and an RBI today. He drove in that tying run of Pulfer back in the 6th. And Pulfer could be the go-ahead run here today. 3-2 pitch, swinging a foul away. And the count stays full. So Metzger will dig back in here. And this great opportunity for the Lemurs to put some runs on the board. Payoff pitch, Metzger swings, hits one in the air to deep left center. Running back is Bird and Peoples Walls, and no one's going to get to that. It falls to the ground. Pulfer's going to score easily. Morrison's rounding third. He's headed home. There is no relay as Sanchez can't scoop it, and 2-run score on a triple by Brennan Metzger. A big triple here for the Lemurs. He showed no signs of that leg hurting as the outfield was playing in, trying to cut off any type of sac fly. They'll show the replay here. And Peoples Walls just couldn't quite get there in time. Looked like he had a chance to make a catch. And Metzger was on his horse. He gets all the way to third. And the Lemurs have taken a lead. They lead now 5-3. And they lead 5-3. Alvaro Rondon to the plate for the Lemurs now with a runner at third base. Still just 1 out. Infield still drawn in. Rondon takes for a called strike at the knees, outer half.
You mentioned the infield drawn in. The outfield's also playing very shallow. Normal depth. That ball's probably caught. Definitely on any other night, they're playing farther back. That's run down for a catch, but not tonight, which is kind of surprising because there's really no wind out there right now, or very little, if any.
0-1 the count. Kind of the opposite. Tonight's a really strange night for this ballpark. 0-1 pitch. Taking low. Wind kind of blowing opposite directions, and usually as the night wears on, the wind picks up. Tonight, as the night has worn on, the wind has died down.
Well, we are in a different weather pattern right now.
We very rarely get rain in Laredo, so that is the other thing, at least during the summer. 1-1 the count in the pitch to Rondon. He swings and fouls one back to the screen. And yeah, it's like you're saying, they're playing shallow in the outfield. That's why Metzger's fell in for a hit. They're playing normal depth. It probably doesn't. But on a normal night, that ball might go even further because of the wind. He hit it in a perfect spot. In fact, that spot out there in left center is a spot where we've seen some trouble balls earlier this year. Pulfer's hit that Harrison Kane couldn't get to in the 8th inning against Wichita. A big double in that ball game. 1-2 pitch to Rondon. He swings and will miss as the bat goes flying into the seats. Actually, in the dugout.
It ricocheted off the seats into the dugout, and then one of the Lemurs players.
Someone caught it. They're holding it up in the air.
He held it in a sense of pride when he caught it.
I can't. And Michael Miller, the catcher, he just looked on in amazement at Rondon. That's the second time he's lost a bat today. And it looks like we'll have a pitching change as James Frisbee makes his second mound visit of the inning. 2 outs on the inning. Lemurs lead 5-3 over the AirHogs. Metzger's all smiles at third base after his 2-run triple. We'll be back in a few moments with the new pitcher. Here as the Lemurs up by 2 over the AirHogs.
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th. Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized
Next up for the Lemurs of third baseman number 13, Abel. Yes.
On the pitch is Cody Culp, the side-arming right-hander for the Texas AirHogs. Been really impressed with Culp actually this year in his outings with Texas. First batter, he faces Abel Nieves. He swings, grounds one to the hole on the left side, and Nieves with his second hit of the game. It's an RBI single. Still impressed with Culp this season, but he gave up the single. That also impresses me because gives the Lemurs now a 6-3 lead. And that might be the dagger right there. The 2-run lead is always a little precarious. I mean, 3-run lead is too, but the bullpen the Lemurs have, it is really tough to score 3 runs in an inning against them. Pitch to Jimmy Norris. His first at-bat of the game is taken for a strike 0-1. Norris replaces Dennis Phipps in the lineup. Phipps went 1 for 4 today with a single and 2 strikeouts. Norris, this season, he swings and fouls on away, count 0-2. Batting 149. He's got 2 runs batted in, no homers yet. He's played in 25 games coming into tonight with 11 starts. Been used as a pinch runner a lot this season, as well as a defensive replacement, kind of like tonight. 0-2 pitch, swing and a foul. The plate, the count stays 0-2. Still unsure of the reason Phipps came out. I didn't see any play that I thought he could have gotten hurt on, although he did try and beat out he legged out a single earlier. He tried to beat out a ground ball to the left side. That was still before his strikeout. He still came to the plate and was playing defense after those. 0-2 pitch to Norris, swing and a foul away. Also made a fantastic catch in right field today. First inning. 0-2 the count to Norris. He battles away at the plate. He's fouled off 3 straight pitches, 2 of them with 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Culp fires away. Taken just inside for a ball. Real close. Culp's numbers this season: 0-0 with a 5.09 ERA, 15 outings, 17 2/3 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts to 1 walk. Said I was impressed with Culp. The numbers don't reveal that, but every time he's faced the AirHogs, he seems to have done a pretty good job. 1-2 pitch, fouled away. That's all I really have to go off of is every time he faces off against the Lemurs, what he does against us. It's the only time I can see him. Speaking of what he's done against the Lemurs, well, he's pitched in 4 games coming into tonight, and Culp is 0-0 with a 1.69 ERA. And there's a pitch outside. Good eye there by Norris, and the count 2-2. In 4 games, he's allowed 5 hits over 5 1/3 innings and 1 run, with 6 strikeouts and no walks against this Lemurs offense. So he's pitched well against the Lemurs this season. Culp, the rookie, in his first year of pro ball. 2-2 pitch, swung on and lined into right center. It'll fall for a hit. And there's Norris with a single in his first at-bat of the day, as he comes in for Dennis Phipps. And just like that, there's runners on first and second for Jesus Poso. Although with Norris coming in the game, he's the only position player the Lemurs have right now as a replacement. Lemurs riding around with 10 position players on the roster. Risky business there. Poso at the plate. They've been doing that for a while, though, now. 10, 11 position players. Pitch to Poso, taken for a ball outside. And I think part of the problem there is when you look at the roster the Lemurs have with their pitching, with their pitchers, who do you get? You can't get rid of anyone. They're all so good. Lemurs pitching is just really good this year. 1-0 pitch, up and away. And with guys that have been kind of up and down on the DL, missing some starts here, missing some starts there, bullpen being overworked, they've needed the extra arms here in the last 3 weeks or so. 2-0 the count to Poso. The pitch takes for a strike, and the count 2-1. Nieves at second, getting a lead. Norris at first, no one holding him on. And the 2-1 pitch taken outside. Poso thought about swinging, but didn't. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count to Poso. The Lemurs comfortably in the lead now by 3. Poso's going to be looking for something to really drive here on a 3-1 count. Lemurs with 11 hits in the pitch. Taken for a called strike. 3-2. Each team with 11 hits. AirHogs with 1 error in the ball game. Norris getting a lead at first base. Nieves at second. Both big ones. And the payoff pitch with 2 outs, swung on and lifted into shallow right center. It's falling for a hit. Nieves is being waved around third. He will score. Norris held up at third base as he goes from first to third. Poso with an RBI single. Going the other way, just looping one into right center. And Burt Reynolds to the plate. And every time Burt Reynolds has come to the plate tonight, Warren looks over at me and goes, home run. Home run Burt Reynolds. It's coming here. Okay, all but one time today.
I didn't say it the first inning. I thought he might do it in the 4th inning. For sure thought he was doing it in the 7th. Now in the 8th, we're getting it.
He has yet to hit one as a Lemur. He hit 23 with the AirHogs.
I mean,
and one point out, he got off to a hot start this season.
He had like 7 in his first 10 games or something. He was on pace earlier in the season for 50 home runs. I think he was hitting one per every 2 games. We were doing the math, figuring out. But, I mean, I could keep putting in the call, and sooner or later it's going to happen. It's just the law of averages. He's got the power. It's going to happen sooner or later.
Well, they had a little meeting at the mound between Frisbee and Culp. Here comes the pitch taken inside as Reynolds, the 9th batter to the plate for the Lemurs this inning. Here in the 8th, Laredo needed a big inning to score at least 1 run, break that tie, and, well, they've scored 4. They lead 7-3 right now, and they're still going at it. Reynolds pops one up, foul territory to the right side, and the count 1-1 out of play. You have Poso at first, Norris at third. Lemurs up by 4 now. We all know the tale of late innings with Lemurs bullpens. They don't give them up. Pitch swung on and lined into center field, and it'll fall in for a hit in front of people's walls. An RBI single. Lemurs have batted through the order, and Zane Chavez comes to the plate for the 2nd time this inning. 2 outs, runners on first and second as Poso moves up 1 base. Norris comes in. 8-3 the score now.
Wasn't a home run, but can't complain about an RBI single. You know what? Still drove in a run. Can't complain.
Reynolds, and he's had a pretty decent day at the plate. He reached on an error in the 4th, ended up scoring. He hit a sac fly. Oh, he hit a sac fly yesterday, actually. He hit infield fly today. Never mind. But that single there drove in a run. Zane Chavez to the plate. And the pitch taken outside for a ball. 1-0. And that's big for him. He was struggling coming into his time with the Lemurs, ending his last week or 2 with the AirHogs. He was 0 for his last 4 games with the AirHogs. 1-0 pitch swung on and hit foul left side. It'll fall in foul territory. 1-1. The count to Chavez. swung at the first pitch in the 8th inning and flew out to right. Lemurs have done a lot of this with 2 outs. At least the last 3 runs have all come with 2 outs. After the first 2 runs came with 1 out. Pitch swung on and foul tipped back into the glove, and the count 1-2. But go back to that Brennan Metzger triple there with 1 out in the 8th on a full count pitch to deep left center. And how huge is that? AirHogs could still be in this ball game if the defense had been playing back and just gave up the sac fly. There's a swing and a little looper right at the shortstop behind the bag at second. He'll throw over to first and retire Chavez there to end the inning. We go to the top of the 9th. Lemurs leading 8-3 over the AirHogs.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn: Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Harold Guerrero in the pitch for the Lemurs, the lefty for Laredo. Guerrero this season 1-0 with a 4.10 ERA. 34 appearances, 1 start. He has 1 save. This not a save opportunity as the Lemurs lead by 5. 41 2/3 innings pitched for Guerrero this year. 60 strikeouts. Second on the team. Pitch taken for a called strike 0-1. You rarely see a reliever second on the team in strikeouts. Although that's partially due to the fact that the Lemurs really only have 2 starters that have been in the rotation all year long. Pitch fouled away, or at least since opening day. And really only 1 starter that's been in the rotation since opening day, and that is opening day starter Ryan Beckman. He leads the team in strikeouts with 80. 1-1 the count to Kenny Peoples-Walls. And the pitch taken, called strike 3. Actually, it was 0-2. I had 0-2 in my book, but I looked at the scoreboard. 1 out in the inning, 61 strikeouts for Reynolds. The other was today's starter Troy Marks, but Marks spent a couple of weeks in the bullpen at one point. So he was out of the rotation for a little while, but he was in the rotation that first 5. One of those first 5 for the Lemurs. But only 2 remain. Marks and Beckman. Pitch to Michael Miller. Fastball for a called strike 0-1. And looking back at that last half inning, Lemurs scored 5 runs. They lead 8-3. Go back and you look at that Metzger triple. Pitch swung on, grounded softly left side, charging its Pulfer. He scoops it up, sidearm into the dirt, but it's picked out by Poso, and there's out number 2. And if they're playing back on Metzger at a normal depth, they probably catch his fly ball. That would have been out number 2. A run would have scored, but then Rondon would have struck out, and the inning would be over, and we'd be looking at a 4-3 game instead of triple, 2-run score, no out recorded, and then a bunch more singles after the Rondon strikeout to add on more runs to make it 8-3. So the AirHogs tried to play risky and lost. Pitch outside. As, by the way, Peoples Walls, when he led off the inning with a strikeout, he was 3 for 3 coming into that at bat. He said no chance against Guerrero. Sanchez at the plate right now is 1 for 4. He takes a called strike there on the count 1-1. He doubled and drove in 2 runs back in the 5th inning. And that 5th inning is the last time the AirHogs scored. They got a solo home run in the 1st by Leon Bird, and then they scored 2 runs in the 5th. 1-1 pitch taken by Sanchez, and the count 2-1. Lemurs now with 13 hits tonight, and 8 runs, the most they have scored in quite some time. 2-1 grounded foul, and the count evens up. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Juan Sanchez, and the AirHogs are down to their final strike. Guerrero towing the rubber, the lefty against the righty Sanchez. From the set, and the pitch. Swinging a fly ball in the air, left side. Charging over and in is Morrison. He calls for it, squeezes the glove, makes the catch. Ball game over. Lemurs win 8-3 the final here against the AirHogs as they managed to come back from behind after trailing early and put on a bunch of runs late. Lemurs now 13-1 against the AirHogs this season. And overall in the year, 44-37. We'll be back recapping this game in a few moments. I believe down there on the field, Warren's going to try and grab an interview with Metzger with the big triple. So we'll be back with hopefully an interview with Brennan Metzger and Warren down in the field here in a few moments as we recap this game. Here, Lemurs win 8-3 over the AirHogs.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells.
Tonight he came up clutch, or home debut, I should say, as he came up clutch with a 2-run triple to give the Lemurs a 5-3 lead in the game. Take us to that last at bat there, because the ball's hit hard to left field, but he couldn't tell if the left or center fielder were in there in time.
Yeah, you want to keep going up. It was great to score a run at it. Some guys before me had good bats, and I just wanted to keep going. And I got down the count early 0-2. From there on out, I saw the battle, and it ended up working out.
I know for me, you played last year with Gary a little bit, so how was it been with Laredo as another team in the American Association?
It's been really fun so far. I mean, a lot around the locker room, guys on the team. It's been a real seamless transition. Came in and feel welcome right away, and just been a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
All right, you appreciate it. Keep it up. Thanks, Warren.
All right, Brennan Metzger getting doused with the water. His home Lemurs debut. He played on the road, obviously, in a few games in that Kansas City series and a couple games in that AirHogs series on the road, but making his first appearance in a Lemurs uniform here at Uni-Trade Stadium. And he came up big in front of the home crowd with that triple to drive in 2 runs and then later scored there in the 8th inning, giving the Lemurs the lead and ultimately the win tonight as they won 8-3 over the Texas AirHogs tonight as they pursue a spot in the playoffs. Take a look at this ball game. It started off good early for the AirHogs. They got a solo home run by Leon Bird as the second batter of the ball game off of starter Troy Marks. Marks, who's been really good against the AirHogs this season. He pitched well after that, getting a 3-up, 3-down third and fourth inning. Ran into some trouble in the fifth, gave up a couple of leadoff singles, or back-to-back singles to lead off the inning. Sack bunt by Michael Miller there in the fifth to push the runners over, and then a double by Juan Sanchez to drive in 2 runs. And the Lemurs were down 3-0 after 4 innings. They were down 1-0 after the first inning, 3-1 after 5 innings. The Lemurs did actually take a lead in the fourth. They got a leadoff double by Jesus Poso, followed by Burt Reynolds, the former AirHog, getting on with an error. A double by Zane Chavez would bring in 1 run, and then a sac fly of J.D. Pulfer brought in a 2nd run. And the Lemurs would bring in would be up 2-1, but like I said, the AirHogs in that 5th inning, they put 2 more runs on the board and lead 3-2. 6th inning, though, Lemurs would fight back. They'd get 1 run. J.D. Pulfer would reach with a single and end up scoring his first run of the game as he advanced on a fly out to left field. Ty Morrison hit one deep into the corner and left. Pulfer tagged at first and got to second base, and that proved to be very beneficial as he was able to score on an Alvaro Rondon single. And had he been still at first base, he wouldn't have been able to score on the single, that's for sure. And Lemurs tied it up there at 3-3 in the 6th. Nothing doing in the 7th for either team. 8th inning, some shutout baseball from the Lemurs bullpen again. In the bottom of the 8th, that's when the Lemurs bats exploded. After Zane Chavez led off with a fly out, J.D. Pulfer, Ty Morrison both walked. They then, during Brennan Metzger's at bat, you heard him in that interview, he got down 0-2 early on, ended up forcing a full count. At one point, there was a wild pitch. Runners both advanced. So runners 2nd and 3rd, infield drew in. Outfield likewise also drew in, trying to cut off a sac fly opportunity for the Lemurs. Well, Metzger finally on a 3-2 pitch hit one to deep left center. It wasn't even to the warning track, but with the outfield drawn in, Peoples Walls and Bird out there in the outfield couldn't get to it. Ball hit the ground. Metzger was hustling around the base paths, and by the time Peoples Walls picked it up after overrunning it, once the ball hit the ground and threw it to the infield, Metzger was running to third base, and he got into third with a stand-up triple. Both Pulfer and Morrison scored easily, and the Lemurs had a 2-run lead, then 5-3. However, it didn't end there, as Alvaro Rondon would strike out with that runner on third. There'd be 2 outs. Abel Nieves, though, would hit a ground ball through that hole in the left side, driving Metzger. Jimmy Norris would then single into right field, followed by a Jesus Poso single into right center, driving in Nieves, and Norris would go 1st to 3rd on the play. Burt Reynolds would then single, driving in another run as Norris would come across the score before the inning was ended by Zane Chavez, who grounded out to end the inning there in the 8th. So Lemurs plated 5 runs there in the 8th inning. And, well, for the Lemurs bullpen, you give them a 5-run lead with 1 inning to go, and you might as well just not even go out there and take your at-bats because it was 3-up, 3 down as Harold Guerrero came out of the bullpen, struck out the first batter looking, got a ground out and a fly out in the next 2, and the Lemurs took the win tonight by a score of 8-3 over the AirHogs. They have improved now their record as against Texas to 13-1 overall on this season. Those 8 runs scored tonight, the most by the Lemurs in quite some time. In fact, the Lemurs haven't scored 8 runs in a game since they played against Wichita on July 29th. So it's been over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks, just over 2 weeks since the Lemurs scored 8 runs in a game. In fact, the most they've scored previous between that July 29th game when they scored 12 runs. Actually, in back-to-back games, they scored 12 runs on the end of that road trip and where the offense really exploded. And then at the beginning of that last homestand, the most runs they had scored had been 6 runs in a game. So, actually, no, I take that back. 5 runs in a game. They scored 5 a couple of times. But, yeah, so scoring a lot of runs tonight, more than they had been in the last couple of weeks. So that is good to see. In fact, that 1 inning, like I said, it's 5 runs in the last 2 weeks. It was the most they had scored, and they matched that in 1 inning tonight there in the 8th to take the win. Looking at the box score, your winning pitcher tonight, well, that win goes to Danny Reynolds. He's now 1-0 for the Lemurs. He threw an inning and 2/3 of relief, gave up 1 hit, had 3 strikeouts. Troy Marks was a starter tonight, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, 4 strikeouts for Troy Marks. Luis Poyorena threw an inning and a third of shutout baseball, gave up 4 hits in the ball game. And then Harold Guerrero threw an inning there in the 9th of shutout baseball, had 1 strikeout, no hits allowed. Griffin Russell got the start and had one of his better outings against the Lemurs this season. He gave up just 2 runs and only 1 was earned on 5 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts over his 5 innings of work. Jack Carricker gave up 2 runs on 3 hits gave up 1 run on 3 hits over 2 innings. Also had 2 strikeouts in the night. Tyler Harris took the loss. He's out 2-2 on the year. Through 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit and 3 runs overall. Walked 2 and struck out 1 tonight. Cody Culp through a third of an inning, gave up 4 hits and 2 runs, both earned for the AirHogs. At the plate for the Lemurs tonight, Abel Nieves. Welcome back to Laredo. Abel Nieves, his 2nd game back with the Lemurs, first back at home in a month. He went 2 for 5 tonight in the leadoff spot, scored a run, drove a run in as well. Dennis Phipps, 1 for 4 this evening. Jimmy Norris, 1 for 1 as he came in the game late, and he scored a run. Jesus Poso, a 3 for 4 night, had the most hits on the evening for the Lemurs with a run scored and an RBI. Burt Reynolds, 1 for 5, had a run scored and an RBI as well. Zane Chavez, a 2 for 5 night. J.D. Pulfer was 1 for 2. He drove in a run, and he scored twice. Brennan Metzger, of course, 1 for 4 with 2 runs batted in and a run scored. He came up with that big hit there in the 8th, that big clutch hit for the Lemurs. As we take a look at the scoreboard around the league, just that one game in action today, Joplin and Lincoln, as the other 2 got rained out, Winnipeg and St. Paul, as well as Gary and Sioux Falls. Joplin fell tonight. At home, Lincoln came back to win. Lincoln, who have been struggling, and struggling might be a kind word, as they are 2-8 in their last 10, as Joplin fell 5-4 to Lincoln tonight. That game in Joplin, the Salt Dogs scored 3 runs in the 9th inning after scoring 1 run in the 8th inning. So 4 runs in the last 2 innings as the Blasters choked away a victory there in Joplin tonight. My goodness. Keith Pick took the loss for the Blasters there in Joplin. So looking ahead tomorrow, 7:05 first pitch here in Laredo as the AirHogs and Lemurs go at it for game 2 of this series. On the mound, it'll be Jose Navarre against Cody Hebner, both pitchers righties. Hebner this season for the AirHogs, well, he is 5-8 with a 6.03 ERA, 17 appearances, all starts on the year. For Navarre, as he continues to work out of the rotation, is 3-2 with a 2.86 earned run average. He's only had 4 starts this year, and those are his only 4 starts of his pro career, as he's made 30 appearances overall this season. So we'll see a pair of righties, Hebner and Navarre, tomorrow, 7:05 first pitch for game 2 of this 3-game series as the Lemurs try to take the series victory, as every game here from here on out is extremely important for Laredo's playoff chances. I'm James Nassar for my partner Warren Shore. Have a great night, and we'll see you all tomorrow at 7:05. Good night, everybody.